Alrighty, so what we have here is pretty cool. You can't tell, but I can't see anything. I can kind of start to see. I just changed that light around so I can see, and now I can't see anything that's like right straight in front of my face. So we'll take the intro here a little bit. So we've got a repair. This is my just acquired 2000 TurfTracer 60-inch, and this thing is a beast. I need to just leave that like that for what I'm trying to mow. I got a really good deal on it. It's in incredible condition. It had set for 2 years, indoors, fuel turned off. I literally had to do nothing more than basic maintenance to it, and we've been rocking and rolling, and it will handle everything that this guy won't. And I'll tell you one thing that I've learned that I wish I'd known: that bar is not something that you want when you have a field to mow. And I don't want to cut that bar out because I don't want to take the chance of damaging the structural integrity of the deck or hurting the aerodynamics and causing it to be even worse. So instead, we got a real toy. And I'll tell you, the difference between commercial grade and actual commercial is really impressive. One of the really cool things with this is the floating deck, so the deck will still have some room to it. So that means that if I scalp it, it's got some room to it. But also if you lower the deck down, because I've got it at the max height because I'm field cutting, if you lower the deck down, then it has room to come up so it doesn't scalp or hit stuff as you go over it. But what we are here for today, and it does say 3,225 and 2/10 hours, and I believe the one on the side over here means that it has rolled over once, so it would have 13,000 hours. But this is in really good shape for having 13,000 hours on it, so I'm not 100% sure. So there's only one thing wrong with it, and that is that we get nothing on the key switch. I have taken the schematic and gone through, and all the wires are connected. I don't see any breaks or anything that would lead me to believe it's a wiring issue. Fuses are good. I've checked safeties that I have found and not had anything. So before, I end up having paying a mechanic $300 to tell me it was a $15 switch. We're going to change the $15 switch. So we're going to get this out. I've got a new switch in here, and we're going to just see what happens. I'm 50-50 as to whether I think it's going to fix it. Logic says it's probably not the switch, but common sense says the switch is 20 years old. It probably failed. So, we'll see. So I want to pop that nut off and disconnect the battery so I don't end up shorting something out when I replace the switch, and we'll get this broken apart. Alright, so in theory this should be really straightforward. Just pop the old one off and pull the new one on. I'm not going to be able to do it one-handed though. Alright, this is the old switch. I sprayed it with a little bit of penetrating and then put it back in and worked it in the plug a little bit to try to clean it. There's a decent amount of corrosion in there, so even if the switch isn't bad, I would not be surprised if it's not making contact. So we will toss that to the side. This is a really cool kit. Came with spare key and carabiner, waterproof top, and then much cleaner upper piece. So let's go ahead and slot this in and screw it back down and see what happens. Okay. Moment of truth. I can hear it turn the relay on. So it is giving it spark. But there's still nothing. Okay. Operator presence handle down. I'm going to have to hold it awkwardly. Sweet. That did fix it. Okay, awesome. I did try that on the old ignition, so. That makes me so happy. $15 to fix it. There's literally nothing else. The grease zerks are all full. Hydraulic fluid is taken care of. Oil and filters are done. Only thing I need to do is get a set of blades. It's awesome. That is a good repair. Alright, I took her out for a lap around the field, and it's apparently the entire 10 days that we were gone, it's done nothing but rain up here. So the field is overgrown and still extremely wet. One of the big reason for getting the X-Mark is because I really am tired of pushing the Raptor so hard. It's really not designed for that kind of mowing, whereas the X-Mark is exactly designed for that kind of mowing. And I worry less putting a Kohler Command Pro through that kind of constant load than I do with just a Kohler 7000, KT 735. So, but right now I'm literally just firing water out the discharge. So it is still too wet. So we'll try again this afternoon to this evening. Forecast is clear. There's not a cloud in the sky. So hopefully we will be able to get the field finished, because right now it's getting pretty nasty. The longer it goes that we don't have horses on it, the thicker it gets, because the previous owner's horses really thinned it out. But now that we are not having anybody graze on, it's just getting thicker and thicker and thicker. And the grass, it's all very poor quality grass that's growing. So I get to it. I do want to do a mowing video. So but for right now it's just too wet and too hot, and that would mean getting the tripod out and the other camera, and it's easier to just pull everything off of the same camera. Plus, the other camera records to an SD card, which means I need to get my laptop from the lake, so it's easier to just do quick shots like this on my phone, and then we don't have to worry about it. I can just plug in and directly transfer. But X-Mark has been absolutely everything that I had hoped it would be. I only gave $1,000 for that, which, yes, it's 20 years old, but you know, even 2008s are $2,000 or $3,000. That was a $10,000 mower new, and when there's no rust on them, there's no holes in the deck, it's still physically in really good shape. They really retain their value as far as use, which is what it'll be used for. So thank you for watching, and we will see you on the next one.